Alright, people, what's going on? This is SecondBlank here, and I love fucking cookies. I am a fat ass for saying that, but I don't give a fuck because I just made some chocolate chip cookies, those little small ones. You know, the ones that came in those like pre-packaged cookie dough kind of thing. So like I'm just like I just cooked them, and not cooked them, I baked them. You don't fucking cook cookies, or do you? Is that why they're called cookies? I'm not entirely sure. Someone fucking research that shit and let me know in the comments below. But anyway, segue into what I wanted to tell you earlier. I made a commentary just like a few hours ago. I didn't post it up on YouTube yet because I had a change of heart of posting it on, because there is something I wanted to tack on, if not talk in greater detail in that video, but I just did not have a chance to do so. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to include also what I said in the last commentary that I want to put up, so that way it gets, you know, meshed in together and you kind of understand what I'm talking about in a second. Right now, of course, you're seeing some Battlefield 3 Battlefield 3 video game gameplay commentary thingamabobbers. I think that's what I decided to call it in my last commentary. I'm not entirely sure. If it is, I gain a free cookie. If not, I'm going to eat this cookie in vain, but I'm not going to eat it right now. I gotta get to the subject of the matter first, which is the things that annoy me the most at my workplace. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually do work outside of what I do here. So I'm not always sitting here at home, you know, fucking playing video games 24/7 on the Team Fortress 24/7, because I fucking am on Team Fortress 24/7. Because it seems like that's why I'm doing that for most of the days of my little break here. But I also go to school/work. My work is like my school in a sense, because I actually work at school. So, you know, I'm kind of working there. I'm also going to school there, so it kind of fits my schedule for me, and they're really great in a sense that they allow me to fit in my own personal schedule into working and also going to school and getting my education on. So if you ever got a chance to do that, people, for those who are in college, or maybe if you're working in high school and they let you do that, I suggest you do that because it's fucking awesome. But anyway, there's something I want to touch upon, which kind of bothers me most of the time. And the fact of the matter is, just to let you guys know, I work part-time as a tutor for a professor at the college that I go to. Now, subject matter doesn't really matter, but what matters is the fact that I'm teaching something that A, should be pretty much straightforward, and B, should require no real hard thinking other than just, you know, memorizing / kind of understanding the subject matter as they are presented to you. So that means that it doesn't require any much overthinking than it does if you say you're riding a bike. But apparently that's not the case, because whenever I am tutoring people, I always get like a variety of people coming in for tutoring, and some of them are good, and that's the kind of people I love to tutor. Is the people who just are in just to kind of get a refresher course, or kind of have to review something they just don't seem to understand, but they kind of get an idea of what's going on, so that way they don't need too much work on. And that's always great to tutor people like that. But then there was the other side of the coin, where you're kind of dealing with the people who is, for some strange enough reason, just not going with the flow of the class. And those are the people who are kind of hard to tutor for me, because the fact is I am an impatient person. So if I'm teaching you or telling you something and you're not understanding what I'm telling you, even though I'm telling you the most simplified way possible about the subject matter, it kind of gets to me in a way that you guys just don't understand. And some of you guys are like, well, what kind of annoyance are you talking about with these kinds of people? I don't understand. Well, I'm gonna let you know in a second. Now, the kinds of people that really get to me is the ones who are just like, let's say for example, the ones who are just not getting the point whatsoever. Like, the point is flying over their heads and they're just not understanding what exactly is happening at this given point in time. And along with this, it's kind of also a follow-up to this, is when they ask too many questions. Like, they miss the point and then they're kind of overthinking something else, so they're asking too many questions about something that's unrelated to what I'm talking about here. I'm not saying asking too many questions is a bad thing, but if I'm telling you something at face value and I'm telling you to just focus on what I'm telling you and kind of understand what I'm saying, then that's the only thing you should be focusing on, not the other stuff that's going on in your mind and you want to question. And that's okay to question, but just question that one time and don't revert back to it, please, because that's just really annoying. And I don't like when people do that, because that means that you're basically not listening to what I'm saying. You're kind of like semi getting bits and pieces of information from me, but you're not getting the complete picture. And you're just kind of inverting in your own like ideas and questions into the mix, and then you're kind of confusing everybody at this point. And that's not good. That's never good at all. So, in turn, you should just pay attention to what I'm telling you. But of course, that's never the case with this other types of people who are just plain ignorant. They are just the kinds of people who just don't really study the subject matter that they're doing, and expect me to do all the work. So when you're ignorant, and you're also procrastination is also another part of this. When you're procrastinating and ignorant, and you're expecting me to do all the work for you, kind of doing all the explanation for you as I'm showing you how to do it, that means you're not understanding the material subject at all. So that means that I have to, in a sense, reteach the whole thing to you. And that's really a bad thing, because for me as a tutor, I believe tutors are just there to just help you review something that you just don't get. You kind of get what's going on, but you just need to a bit of a retuning of what you're trying to learn, and then maybe you'll get it. But with these types of people, you have to teach the whole thing to them. So that means that you have to kind of act as a teacher, which is really bad for me, because I'm not really good at teaching people anything. I can't explain shit to anybody. Like, I can be very broad and simple about what I'm telling you, but I can't really go into detail and be very intricate with my words and just trying to make you understand what exactly I'm talking about. I can basically simplify what I'm talking about, but I cannot go into great detail, and that's kind of a little bit of a weakness of mine, that I can't really do that, because that means that I can understand something when it goes in, but I can't really speak it out and like re-emphasize what I just learned into words. I can write it down and show you, but I can't tell you in words, and that kind of sucks. But anyway, that kind of makes you wonder, well, why the fuck are you tutoring then? And to make it a very simplified answer for that, I would say, is that the professor I'm under, and that sounds really dirty when I said that. Woo! Oh boy, we're getting dirty now. But the professor that's basically helping me get into the major that I'm getting into was very nice to me. Who actually was my former teacher, and now that I'm just kind of like she's like mentoring me in a sense, and how to basically learn the subject matter and how to refine what I'm learning. That's always good to have the kind of people like helping you out. But at the same time, it's because she's doing that, she kind of also in a sense hired me and kind of, you know, did all these things for me, all these favors. So I felt like in a sense I had to repay her for what I'm doing. So in that sense, I have to somewhat be at her beck and call. And it sounds weird when I say it like that, but it's kind of true. Like, whenever I'm like doing something on my own time, and then she gives me a call, say, you know, I need someone to help tutor this person, can you be the one to do that? I'll be like, sure, I'll be there, no problem. I'll be there in 10 minutes or so. And I'm just kind of running there to the school and kind of helping the person out that she wants me to help out. And that's always a good thing for me to be anyway, to do that, because, you know, she's very nice to me and I'm very nice to her, in the sense we can kind of feed off our niceness and be like, oh, you know, you're doing a favor for me, I'm doing a favor for you, and we're both nice, we can be all friends and whatnot, and that's always good. I like to be in that kind of situations where I'm kind of doing nice things for nice people, in terms of just doing, you know, all these favors for dumb, stupid people, which is what I seem to be doing nowadays as a tutor. And in all honesty, I don't really want to be a tutor all that much anymore, but it helps, you know, me, you know, review what I know, and, you know, in the sense of getting paid for it. So might as well just do it anyway, right? But anyway, is with those, you know, those types of people, I truly do not understand why they decide to come to me. And they kind of sense that I'm that kind of impatient person that can sometimes sense in my voice. But of course, I kind of always put on that facade of mine, just put on that mask and say, you know what? It's okay that you don't understand this, because I'm here to help you out. That's my job. and I'm pretty good at doing that. I'm very, I guess, deceitful that way. I'm not sure if that's the right word to say, but I'm pretty much am just the kind of shady person. Not shady. I shouldn't say shady because that sounds really weird. I'm just the kind of person who's just able to put on a face and just, you know, muscle through what I have to tell you in order to, you know, get to the original point at hand, and then just hopefully by then you'll understand what exactly I'm talking about. And for those kinds of people who just plain don't get it at the end, you know, I kind of tell them to just come back and, you know, come back to me if you have any more trouble, and I'll try to see if I can reteach you some things over and over again, and eventually they get it. But it's those kinds of people who just, you know, have to be basically babied by, and just, like, you know, spoon feed you or bottle feed you all the answers in order for you to get it. And that's not the kind of people, not the kind of person that I am to do that for somebody. And in a sense, they're not learning the way they should be learning, but, you know, if they learn by one way, I guess I just gotta let them do it. But anyway, guys, I basically want to tell you guys that because, well, for me, in the other commentary, I want to tell you another story about something that kind of is another prevalent thing going on in my life. But I guess I'll just, like, post that out later or something because, well, I feel like I ran out of time on this one, and I'm starting to become one of those kinds of people who just goes over the commentary that shouldn't have. But hopefully I get this out on time in comparison to the video that's in the background, which I believe is a Rush video. It is. I'm more than positive it is. But if not, you'll let me know. But I'll see you guys later, and hopefully you enjoy your day / evening whenever you're watching this. This is SecondBlank saying peace out. Later, Gators.